Hello everybody. I'm taking a moment to be real here. Most of you have already heard this over on Twitter, but I'd feel better just letting it out. I'm not going to name any names because I have seen names get trashed by this person before, and I'm just not going to do it. I am better than that. I'm not trying to take them down. I'm not trying to do anything. I'm just trying to let my story out for people who need to hear it. First off, if you've heard my past stories, you know that I was mentally abused by a narcissist. And I got past that. I grew out of it. I got better. My kids got better. They got away from it too. They were being, treated just as badly. And I met a YouTuber who I thought was a really nice guy. He was really sweet. I helped promote his channel. I supported him in everything. And we talked all the time. We would message all the time. We face cammed. We had those moments on face cam. And he told me how he wanted to be a part of my life, how he wanted to come here for my daughter's graduation. He wanted to be a part of her life. He wanted to get to know us better. He wanted to travel the world with me. We were going to go all over the place and travel. Basically, he fed me the happy story. And it's been over a course of a year, so I thought it was safe to assume that he was telling the truth. And he seemed to be really sweet on his videos. He was always playing it up, always doing the poor me routine, please help me, take care of me. And he did that to the point where you wanted to take care of him. So I started giving him money. I started helping support him to the cost of my own house, my own money, my own children sometimes because they needed things, and I sent it to him. I would buy him gifts. I would do basically all the narcissistic activities that my last guy had gotten me on when I bought him cars and everything. So I stupidly gave in again and totally forgot. Well, I started tarot reading for you guys. And when I was doing these tarot readings, it kept warning me about red flags. It kept warning me about stuff happening. It kept telling me to watch myself better. So I started listening. I started observing. And I started watching and stayed talking to him, stayed his friend. But I watched. And I noticed it was a string of older women because he's in his 30s. And he liked to call himself my boy toy, which pissed me off. And I think he knew that because I said that just makes it sound like I'm paying you for stuff, and that's disgusting. And he said he was kidding, but I think his true personality had come out in that comment, and I just pushed it away because, he was sweet. And everybody on YouTube just loved him. All of his subs just love him because they think he's so adorable. And he's so sweet. And they just want to help him because he's so poor. And he can't take care of himself. So they just want to take care of him. And here's where the problem lay. He's always been taken care of, and I didn't know it. He had women everywhere sending him money, sending him gifts. One was literally paying the rent on his place, and taking care of him. The problem is, she started catching on to this routine too, and she dropped him. And as soon as the money stopped coming in from her, he was a totally different person with me. I told him I couldn't afford to help him anymore because I had been watching this. And I told him, I said, listen, I can't afford this anymore. I can't help you out. I got to pay for my own bills. I'm going to lose my own freaking house because I have to figure out how to scrape tax money. And he knew that it was physically hard for me to work and everything because I do have lower back issues. My hip was cracked when I had my daughter and dislocated. I have problems with it ever since. I have, suddenly I can't remember the name of it, but the lower back thing, where your back is out. And it happens a lot, but I ignore it, and I always work through my pain because that's just who I am. I have a high pain tolerance, so I always work through it. Well, lately I haven't been because I was living off my savings and my tarot readings, and I couldn't afford to take care of him anymore. He helped me clean out my savings, and it drove me insane. And when he had the money to do his own thing, he bought toys. He bought things for himself. He should have been out getting a license because he said constantly how he wanted to get his driver's license back. Not once did he try. He would say that jobs don't offer him the right opportunities or the right kind of hours. Well, I've made these excuses myself. I understand. I've been that way in the past sometimes when you just don't want to go back to work. And when you got people supporting you and taking care of you like they were doing for him, he didn't want to go back to work. Why did he need to? They were literally buying him clothes and food. So I slacked off. I got off of paying him, and suddenly he just wasn't as close anymore. He wasn't sure that he wanted to come visit anymore. He couldn't afford to come visit. He even though when he had the money to travel, he would mention nothing about it. He kept saying, I don't make plans for the future. I'm a day-by-day person. But you made plans with me at the beginning of the conversations when we first started talking. But suddenly you don't make them now. Because all these... Sorry, my hands get tired. But all these women had stopped supporting him. He lost at least 2 that I'm aware of. And his excuse to me when they stopped supporting him was, they're just crazy bitches that just want to fuck me. And I won't do it, so they drop me. And they're all crazy. Of course they're all crazy. Everybody's crazy when you're with a narcissist. They're never the problem. They are never the crazy one. They just... His biggest thing was, I'm a part of the gaming community. He knows this. He knows I have gaming followers. He wanted my gaming followers. He would tell me constantly, and I have these messages, tell me constantly, I just wish I could get the gamers on my side. And he'd guilt me so damn bad. But he never full out ever asked me for anything. So I cannot say that. I cannot say that because I don't want him to come back and say, I never asked. No, he never asked me for money. He never asked me for gifts. He never asked me for the support or the promotions. I did that on my own. And I did that because I felt so bad for him that I wanted to look good, because he had a way of rewarding you. He made you feel so special if you helped him out and took care of him. And it was constant, oh, thank you so much. I love you bunches. And he just had a way of doing it. And when he lost these other women, he decided that he was going to basically cut off people who couldn't financially take care of him anymore. And he started losing a lot of people. He had a lot of subs pull out because he pissed off the wrong girl, and she decided to trash talk him on all kinds of social media. But then again, she was a crazy bitch like the other ones. So, this was all on her. Now I'm wondering about her because although I was not a fan of hers to begin with, I'm starting to think she might have known what the hell was going on and she'd had enough crap. She was a mod for him, so she definitely had enough crap. So she backed out, and I had noticed the last few live streams I went to that a lot of his subs that I used to talk to in those are gone. They have left him. His views are down. His videos aren't doing as well. And a lot of that is because location and boring. I mean, I love stuff like this, but it gets old when it's the same place every time. But that's not the point of this conversation. The point of this is, if you are in a situation where somebody is guilting you into giving them money, giving them gifts, you need to get the hell out of it. And I'm hoping that people will figure out who he is. I do not want to give names because he will trash me, and I have a small station. I can't afford to lose my people on my channel. I can't afford to have him trash talking me. But I just feel so badly for all them older women that are his subs, because they're all at least 10 to 15 years older than him, and he's getting them, they're lonely, they're broken. If they got physical ailments, he's on it. He thinks they got their monthly money coming, man. He's preying on older women, and I just feel so bad for him. And I would love for them to know the real him, but they'll never see it, because until they're burned by him, they're always going to think he's that sweet, kind guy that he portrays on his videos. And he's really not. I saw so many red flags. Even my daughter's like, get that away from him. He didn't care about her graduation. He didn't care, even though he said he was going to be here for it. Which I understand why he couldn't. That, I'm not making excuses. There were circumstances there. But he didn't even say congrats to her. Barely. He, at least not to her personally, and they talked all the time before that. He also didn't bother to, when I sent him pictures of her prom, he didn't make any comments on it. I sent him pictures of me. He didn't make any comments on them. I started to realize the small things, like we never talked on a real phone. He never let me have his phone number. He didn't ever ask me any questions. When I asked him if he wanted to know anything about me, it was, no, I'm good. I don't need to know anything. So basically, he knew nothing about me, whereas I knew every tiny detail about him. And he never asked questions. He never tried to get to know me. And that's always ate at me since the very beginning, but I kind of let it go because it's long distance. He's not near me. So I figured you know, I'll enjoy this while it lasts, basically. I stupidly let my heart invest, and I shouldn't have. But now I wonder if I really did. I mean, I fell for the guy that isn't real. So it happens. I don't know what else to say without pissing him off or getting myself in trouble with him, because he is very, very vicious when he wants to be. And he forgets that I have heard a lot of his stuff, and I have heard the people he's trashed. And I am well aware that he is not the guy he portrays in the videos. It's just a lot of his people just need to know. I don't know what to say. I'm scared for these women. I really am. And I hope they aren't supporting him like I'm doing or was doing. Trust me, I haven't done it in a while. But I just feel bad. And I hope someday he gets figured out and shut down, honestly. Because he threatens people not to if they don't watch his videos. He's flat out made it clear that he's not going to do this or he's not going to do that if people don't start watching his videos. That's not how you do it on YouTube. You hope people watch your videos. You thank them for watching your videos. You don't tell them, well, if you don't watch this, I'm not going to do this anymore. That's not how that works. If it's not working for you, try a different way. Don't threaten your subs. Don't threaten people who are supposed to be your friends. Don't treat them like garbage the way you have been. You are the problem. Not your subs, not these women that fell for your crap, not anyone else around you, not your friends that you claim to be friends with but trash talk as soon as their back is turned. None of this. You are the problem. You need to get help. And you need to see that you treat women terribly. You're horrible to women. And you just don't see it. Women like to be appreciated and adored, and I was doing all of that for you, but you couldn't ever give it back. That's not how I work. I have a lot of love to give. I love all you guys. I take care of all you guys. If you need me, I am there for you. I will do anything for you, and you guys have been there for me, and I love the hell out of all of you, and you know this. I hope you know this. But I would never treat you the way he treats people. And I would never expect money or anything. I would never expect gifts and for you to give me my way of life, because I don't need that. If things get bad, I will find a way to get money. I am not going to hit up my subs, and I'm not going to treat them like garbage when they can't afford to give it to me. So that being said, this video is getting really long, and it's just me ranting at this point. So I hope that most of you can figure out who this is based on videos that I've shared in the past and that I have talked about, and that if you are currently following or subbing, that the decision is up to you, but you know what kind of person you're following now. So thank you for listening to me today. I am so sorry, and I'm hoping there's no fallout from this, that I don't get threatened or anything. I know he's still subbed to me. I'm on sub to everything of his and unfollowed to everything. But so far, I think he's still on mine because he doesn't know this yet. So let's hope there's no fallout. But if there is, I know you guys got my back. Love you all. Thanks for listening to me ramble today.